When did you realize your parents never wanted you? I was doing CPR on a 2-year-old boy who had fallen into our backyard pool. I had been watching 12 toddlers by myself when one of them figured out how to unlock the sliding door while I was busy changing another kid's diaper. By the time I noticed and ran outside, he was already floating face down in our pool. When the ambulance got there, 2 paramedics started working on the little boy, and one came to talk to me. Why are you alone with all these babies? My whole body was shaking as I said, my parents are at their jobs. Her face went from concern to horrified. How old are you? 13. You're 13 and running a daycare by yourself? She grabbed her radio so fast it made me jump. I need the police and CPS immediately. The officer who arrived took one look at the scene and started recording everything on his body camera. Show me where these children stay during the day. I led him inside where 3 babies were screaming in playpens and the other toddlers were trying to climb the baby gates. How long have you been doing this? Since I was 10. Your parents have had you running a daycare since you were 10 years old? They said it was good practice for when I have kids of my own. He pulled out his notepad. Walk me through exactly what you do every single day. I wake up at 5 to disinfect everything and make bottles. Then parents start dropping kids off at 5:30. How many children total? 10 to 12 usually, all under age 3. So they leave you alone with 12 babies for how many hours? Usually 11 or 12 hours. The social worker arrived and started asking harder questions while the other kids' parents showed up in a panic to collect their children. Did you know she was only 13? Each parent shook their head looking horrified. They told us she was 18 and had her childcare certification. The social worker turned back to me. How much do your parents charge these families? $800 a week per child. That's over $9,000 a week. How much do you get paid? They let me live here and eat. That's it? I'm okay with it. I love the kids and my parents work hard. She wrote so hard her pen tore through the paper. When was the last time you went to school? I do online school during nap time, but I'm failing everything because someone always wakes up. Do you have any friends your own age? I had friends, but I haven't seen them since this started because weekends are when I deep clean and make meals for the next week. So you work 7 days a week? My parents said only lazy people take days off. When did you last do something just for fun? I started crying because I honestly couldn't remember. My parents finally showed up 3 hours later and my father stormed in screaming, "This better be important!" I had to leave a meeting with a huge client. The detective stood up slowly. A toddler almost drowned in your pool while your 13-year-old daughter was supervising 11 other children in your illegal daycare. My mother started fake crying and my father doubled down. That incompetent brat had one job and she couldn't even do that. The social worker's voice was deadly calm. You've been leaving your daughter to run an unlicensed daycare while you collect thousands of dollars a week in profit. My mother stopped crying instantly and snarled at me. 13 years of feeding and clothing this mistake and she can't even handle a simple job without getting the cops involved like we're some kind of criminals. My father nodded and pointed at me with so much hatred I stepped backward. We should have aborted you when we had the chance. All you've ever done is cost us money and now you've ruined everything we built. The detective moved between us. Sir, you need to step back. Get out of my way, that little bitch is going to pay for this. The detective pulled out handcuffs. That's enough. You're both under arrest for child endangerment and operating an illegal business. When the social worker asked if I had anywhere safe to go, I told her about my older sister Megan who had moved across the country. When they called her, she immediately booked a flight to come get me, but I felt guilty. I can't leave, the kids love me. They'll be okay, I promise. The social worker reassured me over and over. Megan arrived the next morning and hugged me so tight I could barely breathe. You're coming home with me and you're going to be a normal teenager. She enrolled me in a real high school the next week, and now the hardest decision I have to make is if I should try out for soccer or volleyball while my parents face 20 years in prison.